I put you at like 31, 32.
Yeah, I'd say I put you in early 30s.
It's 28.
What do you? Come on now.
I have to know Sam's guess now.
Yeah, Sam, you have to guess too.
28.
You guys are, I'm in between. I'm 29.
29.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so yes, we are.
You're like, yes, we are.
You are the
Wait, how
young
old are
bucks.
you guys? Are you both the same age?
Yeah, we're both 27.
Aw, little babers.
I'm the geezer.
You
Not
are.
by much, though.
Oh, that's a shock, isn't it, Scott?
I know, right? The man who doesn't know memes in the internet is the old one.
Oh, come on. It's only by months. Because, Mike, your birthday's in like May, I think?
Yep. Correct.
Don't ask me when,
I don't.
but May.
You know more me about my birthday than I know about yours.
What month?
My
am I?
guess, your birthday is in September.
That's right. Of course
right.
you know that.
All
Come
right.
on.
That's not a guess.
That's
That's
right.
Well, I didn't know if that was you or Dave. I can't remember.
No, he's like January, I think. I don't know.
That's fine.
that's how you know. This is how, when
Super
you realize that Mathis is the
Too
worst
dark.
in the group.
You know, it doesn't take long to realize that. Let's be honest.
He is playing the evil, manipulative bastard of the group too.
Yes, but I play good guys 80% of the time in D&D. Very rarely do I play evil. I think I've only actually played evil one other time.
It's because you gotta build it up. That way, when you finally evil, you can just like, oh, I've got all this built up tension. It's gonna build a load and just be like.
He doesn't like
evil.
playing good guys because acting is exhausting. So okay.
Oh, hey-oh.
Like,
Shit.
Oh.
That was good. That was a good one. Well, it is week 30, and it seems like it's going to be a pretty explosive
Oh
week.
my gosh.
So I'm excited to see what actually ends up happening this time around. I guess we'll just start playing and hand it off to Scott for the recap. And we'll move in. So, Scott, what happened last week?
Fucking rye.
Yeah, basically.
Fucking rye. Jesus. Come on, Sam. You're out here for like 6 months. Then you walk back in, like in-game 6 months. You walk back and you're like, yeah, all these plants, fuck them. Just fuck them.
There's
and
that
just,
rye.
And then just like turned it on its head. Now you get thunk like, I'm just gonna like divulge my information wherever I can to try to like stop things from, please don't screw it up. And she's like, fuck them. And that's pretty much what happens.
And that's where
That's
we are.
about the gist of it. Oh, if you're in trouble for any reason,
those of you who want a real translation, Thonk had plans to kill everyone in a town, and Rai had morality and said, "This isn't right."
Well, no. You're misunderstanding his
TLDR.
plans. He doesn't want everybody to die in the town. But if everybody in the town dies, he's also not going to stop that from happening.
he just needs
The rest of my
cash.
case.
I just need a spark of conflict, and that's it.
He doesn't
However-
want the Black Plague. He just wouldn't have a problem with it. It's,
Right.
It's two totally different stances of morality.
I agree.
It just benefits him to start the. Like he just needs to find subject 0 and put them in the middle of New York City. That's all he needs to do. That's all he has to do.
No
That's all.
problem.
Yeah. All right. So, what was the exact ending scene? Rai was going around talking to the shopkeep,
was-
and her husband was the guard.
No, the ending scene
I
was
distinctly
Gromit and Otto.
remember.
Oh,
Gromit
that's
Shows
right.
him
That's right.
the wolf pack that murders the elk, and then the elk is like what's left over. A bunch of like vultures come and clean it up.
Yep.
And then Otto has the moment where
And
he's
Otto
like,
said, "I want everybody to die because it will help me
Yeah.
as a person." I mean, as a musician, he said it will further me as a musician.
I also learned that I have the power of camera control, so I was really gonna abuse that in the future.
Oh, jeez. Wasn't that?
"Wait, you have the power of camera control?"
Yeah, I did a fade to black. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh,
He dictated
yeah.
it, and it happened.
That
That's
happened.
true.
It's lore.
Right.
So little.
I thought you meant in the chat here, like you were gonna turn.
Oh
Sam
God,
off.
no, yeah, that would be way more fun though.
So little tangent. Fun fact: the first PC I ever had that did the whole "I'm going to dictate the camera." Not I'm going to explain my character with lots of detail and whatever. But the first one was literally like, oh, and then the way the camera looks at it was actually our friend Dave was the first one that would ever describe scenes to me, like that I've experienced, would ever describe scenes as like, oh, well, the scene opens up with the camera kind of like painting in overhead, and I'm like, whoa, this is different. This is like I'm like there. Whoa.
Was Dave a film student by chance?
No. Law.
No.
Law student.
No, okay.
Law student, yeah.
The most boring, unimaginative
Well,
profession
there's
in
his outlet
existence.
then, right?
Yeah,
He
that's
has to
he
go
also
somewhere for it.
he also studied Japanese law.
Right,
which
yeah.
is so
Law
much
in
more
another
exciting.
language.
Japanese law is different from our law because they fight with swords
Right, that's how they settle things.
in a
Is
courtroom.
They still do that, right?
they
Yeah.
dress up?
yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, the Japanese lawyer is just a samurai.
I mean, it's better than putting on old moldy wigs to go to the courtrooms, but you know.
Yeah. They have that's, I mean, fuck, when you think about it that way, their heritage is way more cool than ours. Like, we're losers.
Oh, infinitely so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. England's
Well,
history is pretty fucking interesting, in my opinion.
well,
Just
sure,
saying.
because it's long. Our history is like a sneeze.
Yeah, we've not been around long.
No. But all right. So, Maggie's like, can Grumman kill something now?
We're not here to talk
Hey,
about the
we
real
can talk
world.
history if you want.
I got off work. Let's not talk history. Let's kill shit. Okay.
Let's kill shit.
Yeah. All right.
It has been a while since Grumman has gotten to use his armory.
It's a
His
very
back
good way of
armory?
describing it.
Yeah.
Literally is an armory. All right. Well, since you pans the camera away last week, where does the camera look to first? There.
Oh, the camera descends upon a beautiful snow-covered hill, the sun rising from the east as the inhabitants of
Dead Snows
are going about their morning routines.
It's still late summer.
The
Does
snow,
that
the
impact
snow is
my-
dead.
Yeah. There's no.
The
There's no.
Snow Hill is a reference for a hill outside Dead Snows. It's
There you
not-
go.
Oh,
Snow Hill. There you go.
Yeah,
Snow Hill.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was all handled in the
Yes.
pre-screening.
Because
Right.
this is your world, but
Right. No. There we go. So, Snow Hill, the hill outside of Dead Snows.
it's where all the lovers carve their names on the tree.
Right.
Oh, that's so
Snow Hill.
beautiful. So
Yeah.
it's a pine tree, so they get kind of sappy when they do it, but you know,
Yeah.
it's what they have. It's what they have. It's up north. What can you do?
You make do with what you got, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, and they don't complain. They're in love. All right. So, anyways, the camera pans there, and we can see, like, you know, there are a few of the commoners that are going about their business. These commoners happen to notice that there is a little bit of strange activity. A group of guards are all moving together towards a different location outside of town. So it's a small group of the guards are kind of like walking in file down and away from the village. Almost looks like they're marching towards a battle or something like that. It seems strange to these commoners that are observing this, but you know, these are kind of strange times. Thinking that maybe this means they're going to be clashing with the orcs that they've heard so much about and there's been so much concern about. The commoners make their way back to wherever it was that they were in town. One of them happening to swing by Snowtown, which is the lean-to that is right outside of Dead Snows. Could you make me a perception check, please, Otto and Grumman?
Mm-hmm.
Let me actually go to where I can see that. That would be helpful.
What was your roll for 5,295 earlier?
That was just me making it so that the link to join the game is not visible. That's all. Yeah.
Smart. Okay.
All right, so the perception roll of 8 and perception roll of 14. Otto sadly doesn't hear anything. He's kind of like lost in his own thoughts right now. He's, you know, thinking about the self-realization that he came to. I mean, he literally was, by words of a dumb man and the actions of nature, kind of like forced to make a decision. And he with cognition, he cognizantly, that's what it is, makes a decision. I want this to happen. This is the first time he's kind of like made the decision, not in the moment, but ahead of time, and even said it out loud. And so he's kind of like a little retrospective of that at the moment, or introspective of it at the moment. And Grumman, however, who's less so, is kind of like, oh, okay, I don't. Does hear this commoner walking by and kind of like jogging up and speaking with their friend kind of hurriedly, and hears them talk about like guards marching away. But that's all Grumman heard was, yeah, and the guards are marching there.
So I just hear guards are marching.
Mm-hmm.
And where are these people in relation to?
To you, not very far away, maybe 15 feet away. One of them jogged up to the other one and said it quickly.
Okay. Grumman's just gonna turn to Otto. Are we like looking at this weird tree that's been carved into?
No. You guys aren't there. That's where the
Otto
commoners are.
and Grumman carving their names into this tree.
that was simply a scene setter. I apologize for the confusion.
Okay.
Otto was like, no, please don't put our names to. Okay, Gromit.
It's a magical tree of enchantment. If you write your names down there together, you're bound by love forever.
Oh.
Fuck.
It's actually a cursed tree by devils, and if you write your names down together, it's like a bound contract.
I'd prefer that, actually. That sounds kind of cool compared to the we're enchanted lovers for life scenario. That'd be a little weird.
Gromit, as we're walking, he's like, "Oh, you hear that? They say guards marching. Wonder where they march to."
Yeah, let's go see.
Okay.
We head toward it.
We're gonna walk over to the people that were talking.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Gromit walking up to a group of just random commoners, whether or not he is familiar to them.
I think
Gets their
Otto's
attention.
probably gonna initiate conversation, but Gromit is definitely walking up.
Otto in this town also casts quite the shadow. People are able to see him coming from afar.
I just sort of want to observe, see what people are flocking to at the moment.
Well, so nobody else seems to know what's going on. It was literally just this one guy jogging up to the other one that made note of this. That said this that Gromit made note of. So these are the only ones you'll be able to get the information from. So you guys are walking up to them. Gromit had pointed out, oh, he said that, and you guys go over. He said, you want Otto to initiate?
Sure. Pardon me. You said something about the guards.
Hi, Otto.
Who's this? Sorry. Should I know this person?
Never seen them before in
Everyone
your
knows
life?
you, Otto. You're famous in this
Oh.
town at this point. Remember,
Okay.
you're like a beastly musician in town.
Sure. Hello. Yes. Sorry. You were saying something about the guards earlier, weren't you?
Yeah, can I get your autograph?
You have a pen? Do you have anything to sign?
Gromit hands you a dagger.
No, he actually looks at it curiously, like curious what's gonna happen.
Is he wearing a belt?
He is
Give me your belt.
a little confused by it, but very quickly takes it off anyways.
I take the knife and I carve Otto into the belt. There.
Coming to the realization of what it is that you're doing, they're like, and then they take the belt and instead of putting it on their waist, like put it over their shoulder, like a WWE belt or something like that. You know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, wow, thanks, that's amazing, thank you. You were saying something?
Yes. What were you? You mentioned the guards. I thought I heard you.
Yeah, there's guards. Wow.
Otto just puts his head in his hands. Looking up at Gromit. I'm giving the baton over. I don't know what to do with these two.
Gromit looks down and he's like, "Where you see guards go?"
Over the hill, Snow Hill.
Thanks.
Is that towards the?
If you go around the town and head off to the east a little bit, it's the hill. If you get there in the morning, just the right time, the sun shines down. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It has a very large pine tree with lots of carvings in it. That's Snow Hill. So if you head over there and look down, the guards were heading along that. It's kind of a path down that way. It's not usually used, but there is a path down there. They were heading down that way. I don't know why.
Oh,
I think they're going to.
Tree. I'm assuming Gromit knows the tree. He's been wandering the forest for a while.
I'm fine with it. You have the survival ability, so.
What you see on guards?
They were armed and armored, and they were walking. There was I don't know.
Oh, it's okay. You don't have to count.
There was a lot of them.
Okay. What were they wearing? Like, did they have different color or emblem on them?
Armor. Some were wearing leather and some were wearing metal armor. Some of the armor was made out of like little like kinks of like metal that were kind of like lapped over each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And some of them wearing like armor made out of leather, like probably like the hide of a cow or a horse or something, thick to No, I think that's good. I'm not a.
That seemed
I
like
don't make armor.
he looks
I'm
at
not a
Otto
tamer.
and he's like, that seemed like a lot of armor for just patrol. Too
They
many.
Right.
all
people
had
to patrol.
pikes. Every one of them had a pike.
I look back at him. I don't think they're on patrol. But thank you. And we go.
No, thank you.
I turn to Grumman and say, we should go check that out, don't you think?
Okay. And Grumman starts walking towards that area.
Cool. And so you guys do just that. You start walking over towards that tree area. When you get there, you don't see any guards in sight. No question. No way do you see any guards in sight. Hold on for a second, though. We're going to cut the camera away from you guys and go over to Thonk. Thonk, he had said that he wanted to show you where the location was, and you did say that you were interested. However, you hadn't set a specific time for you to do so.
Location for what?
Where the kill box would
I
be.
thought we went last episode into that mine, the area.
Oh,
and
I
the
did
secret thing.
describe the mine to you.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So you guys are standing there, and you don't see them there. That camera did not cut away. This camera is just so much work. You do not see the guards there or anything else. What do you do?
Otto looks around a bit, kind of examining the area around the tree.
You
Just
see
sort of
lots
looking for.
names carved in.
Oh yeah. Just kind of peering around, seeing if there's any trace of people. Can I maybe perception roll for evidence of ne'er-do-wells?
If you're just looking for people in the nearby area, perception. If you're looking for the tracks, survival.
Okay. That'd be the tracks.
Ooh, we're good at looking at tracks. Can I do
Yeah.
survival too?
Yes, ma'am.
Do I get any advantage for roaming around forest? No.
No, fresh tracks.
Oh, holy shit.
Ooh.
Brahmin is distracted by the names. He's doing his job and he's looking, but every once in a while he looks up and he's like, huh, I wonder what MM plus LM means.
Plus loon.
Makes
sense.
I don't know.
These very strange words.
Mhm.
Why someone make a word with only 2 letters?
It's an arcane tree. So, however, Otto is able to find the tracks, actually just barely able to find the tracks leading off into the path. So it's funny because like the path itself, the person was right. If it wasn't for the fact that there was obvious when you find it, recent trekking down the path, you probably wouldn't have even found the path itself. But you did because there are fresh tracks heading down there, and the boot prints that you see are I mean, again, the ground is kind of hard right now. It's dry right now and everything, so it's not like there's big marks. But you do see like the presence of people passing through, the evidence of.
I point out the passage to Grom, and I also, note to him the distinct little boot marks in the snow as he's
nice find.
confused. Yeah, as I also explained to him his confusion in the tree's presented equation, and we attempt to make our way through this new path.
Okay. You guys do me a favor, roll me a perception check. Mathis, do so as well.
Okay.
Sam, what is Rye doing this morning? Evening, whatever.
Rai is using disguise person to visit like collections of people as like grandma or an old man, and just like letting them know about the place behind the tavern.
You have
I love it.
you have the actor feat,
Yep.
which means what's your bonus to deception?
To deception, deception is I have +7.
And you roll with advantage.
Jesus.
I roll with advantage on all deception and performance checks.
Yeah.
We're trying to pass off as a different person.
Yeah. So, and then you magically make yourself look like somebody else. Everybody believes every disguise you put there, no question. I'm not even going to make like, oh, there's a really perceptive one that can see through your most likely rolling a 13 plus 7 is 20. No. Especially when you're just there giving what's your persuasion bonus as well?
My persuasion is +4.
So that's going to probably hover around a 17 persuasion to tell people like, hey, there might be danger coming. Go there if it happens. So you're literally just being a concerned person telling people about safety. I'm not going to make any rolls to see through that because there's no reason why somebody would be suspicious of it. Assuming you chose your targets well. Do me a favor, because Rye's not an idiot. Roll me a wisdom check with advantage to make sure that you didn't slip up and go to like a funny place.
Well, that's wildly.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Hell of a disparate advantage roll. Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
19 versus 1.
Yeah.
So you make no mistakes. You go around and you talk to people that you feel as though are the good ones to speak to, and
Just
it
like
benefits you to do so.
mothers with like a collection of kids playing and stuff like that.
Yep. That you assume would tell other mothers that have other kids.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I gotcha. So moving on. So the you guys are making your way there, and as you're walking down the path, noticing you before you notice him, having just completed his meeting and having just walked past, it counted to be 16, it looks like, guards in total, including the ones that were there before and the ones that just arrived. You walk past these guards, it's kind of like nod at you because you know all of them from drinking and whatnot. I imagine you're like, see you at the bar later. Thonk, you actually see the two of them heading down the path towards the cave you just left before they see you.
Gromit and Otto?
Correct.
Okay.
Skipping along.
There. I'll catch up to them. And
Sure. So you because you guys are going opposite directions towards each
so
other.
Hey. Yeah, I'll merely just kind of turn and walk alongside them, ask them, just kind of look at both of them and just ask them where they're headed.
Oh, we hear their guards down this way. So we seeing where they go.
What
What are
mean,
you
guard?
doing down here?
Yeah,
well,
what are you doing down here?
Are you saying my meeting just finished up not too long ago? Yeah. I just left the mine in which the captain of the guard wishes to place the kill box.
The
Oh.
what?
Yeah, the Otto acknowledges. I guess Gromit probably hasn't heard about this before then, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Oh.
place they wish to ambush the orcs.
Why they ambush orcs?
There's a fight coming, Gromit. Be ready.
Gromit pulls out his weapon.
not now, Gromit.
Otto too. Like, wait, no.
Oh, not now?
Soon, but not now.
Not right now. Yeah.
I'm
it
going
away.
to ensure that the orcs make it to that kill box.
Otto's kind of like shuffling his feet a little bit.
Listen, Rye is already in town attempting to save innocence. In a
Should we
moment of
stop
in
her?
a moment of poor judgment, as I'm sure you saw.
Why would we stop her?
I'm shaking my head. I'm not looking to stop her. I had a moment of poor judgment and spilled a little too much information to a person who I know is more worried about such things than at least I am. My plan now is to head back to the orcs and ensure they aggressively head towards the kill box. The fight can be contained there, and if all the orcs die, Thonk just shakes his head. It doesn't matter. The mission will still be complete. It'll be away from town. It'll keep Rye occupied and not interfering with the fight between guards and orcs.
I don't want to die.
You're not gonna die, Gromit.
But you said all orc die.
What I mean is the orcs that are not part of our group. Orcs from Dark
Did
Arrow
they do
Keep.
something wrong?
They will.
Now you see future. What?
Otto jumps in. I wonder if there's. He's conflicted still from all these different opinions on how this should proceed. But do you think we could help more people?
Thonka, kind of looks like he's thinking a bit. If I'm honest, Rye saving those people and forcing the battle to happen in the mines might be best for everyone involved.
How so?
What better reason for Dark Arrow Keep to launch a war than all 40 of their sent soldiers being murdered by the town? My initial plan was to have the guards in the kill box and send the orcs into town and cause a bloodbath there. But it might be better, and he kind of takes a minute to think, for Dark Arrow to Keep to assume that or to find out that the 40 orcs did discover gold. The reason they're even here. Went to go take it for themselves peacefully and were ambushed and murdered.
And gives them a scapegoat.
Gives them a scapegoat and a plausible reason for them to launch their own attack and war. It'll also give the town...
Robin's still trying to put it all together.
It'll also give the town time to prepare and send the innocents to a safer place.
Otto smiles at him. You want to help people.
I don't want Rye getting in my goddamn way. And you can tell, like, you know Thonk, and, like, he lays on, like, a thick, like, go fuck Rye, but, you know, there's probably more under there than just, like, a fuck Rye tone.
So Otto's got... I really hope that, like, 90% of people understand when I describe this reference. Otto's got that smile on that SpongeBob has when Squidward won't admit that he likes Krabby Patties. Got the exact same smile on his face, like, you want to help people. You're a good person deep in there. I like this guy.
Thonk like looks up to the sky to kind of take note where the sun is. I don't have much time. I'm leaving town now.
Okay. Otto likes this plan much more.
Grommen, stick by Otto. Keep him safe.
Grommen like pulls Otto close to him, and he's like, "I always keep Otto safe."
And like Thonk looks around, and Rye, if you're here, don't get in my way.
Do the street
Right
paranoid.
here, Grommen looks around.
Yeah, he's like
Right.
paranoid. Yeah, he's like super
Right?
paranoid.
It's like a grandma walking down the street and she's sending like sneezes, like looks around.
That's weird.
Camera cut to Rye, right?
Yeah, she
Oh,
just
it's brilliant.
Her
Yeah,
ear
that's
is
right.
ringing. All of a sudden, she sneezes. Like, what the fuck? So my plan now is to, Scott. My plan now with Thonk's plan now is to send the orcs into the mines like initially planned, but send them in aggressively. Let them know that there's going to be an ambush there, and hopefully they're gonna just go in like burning to start a fight right out the gate and contain the battle within there. If the orcs die, great. If the orcs win, but there are still some like either way, a fight there for the sake of what I want done works, and for the sake of what Rye wants works. So this is like the best in between that I can think of, that Thonk can think of. So that's what my goal is. So he's gonna jump on his mystical phantom dire thing and head the hell out.
Mystical phantom dire thing. That is extremely descriptive. Thank you.
Yes.
So, as you hop onto your mystical phantom dire thing and heading there, you intended to be involved in this situation, marching in with the orcs even, because the guard knows that you are on his side as a double agent acting within the orcs' ranks.
Yep.
So your plan was to actually be there for this this situation happening, correct?
Yes.
Okay, what about the rest of the party? Did you want Otto and Grommen to be there, or did you want them
I'm gonna-
drinking beer and playing music
That's
back in
I mean, Otto fully knows the plan, so I'm gonna let them make their decision what they want to do. I'm not gonna stop them from getting involved in the fight if they want, but it's up. I'm not gonna tell them what to do.
Okay.
Well, I think we're following this trail to follow the guards, but I don't know where Otto's gonna take Grommen. But I think Grommen, now that Thonk has been like, "Hey, protect Otto," now Grommen thinks something bad is gonna happen to Otto, so he's like watching Otto's back.
And I've determined, I don't want to like, lay all the cards out on the table or anything, but I think Otto at this point is kind of trying to find the best place to observe and learn about more carnage and war in front of him, because he's determined that this is the most effective way for him to become a better musician, is to get this inspiration from the purest source that he possibly can. So he wants to kind of be in the not in not in the thick of it, but he wants to be able to see the majority of what's going down.
And he's sitting there and he's thinking of like all the most famous bard odes and songs and whatnot that have lasted through the years. Well, this one's about war. This one's about genocide. This one's about mayhem. This one's about war. This one's about conquest.
Oh, that one's about war. Oh yeah, there's another one about war. Oh, those three are all about the same war. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look. This one's about a love during a war. Does that mean Otto wants to be in the thick of it?
Otto wants to be able to observe from.
So then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go with the guards. So I don't know if maybe you should try to get some information from Thonk right before you guys part ways, or I don't know if you expressed that to Thonk well enough, because Thonk knows that the guards have a hidden location inside the caves.
Okay. So yeah, so like, well, Grauman can come with me too, and I think I'd probably, as Otto, prefer Grauman come along, because I want to make sure that if shit hits the fan, I've got big burly Grauman to take care of it for me, instead of me just trying to manipulate images in front of their faces and hope that works.
Do you have invisibility?
No.
Oh, I thought your loot could do that.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I do. Yeah, that's right. I do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's always don't forget about that too, because that's a good way to keep yourself hidden. Right.
No, I'm going to backpedal for half a second here. I don't think Thonk would throw that information at you, and it wouldn't make sense that you would necessarily ask at that point. I think probably your best point of contact to find yourself amongst the battle would be Talek himself.
Yeah, Captain.
Yeah, I was going to say go to the guard captain again.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably your best bet to do so. Talek is not, you don't know this, Talek is not at the town at the moment. Thonk just left him in the caves, but you would be able to access him the next day. Thonk, however, is hopping back on a horse after immediately just riding to this town as hard as he can only so many hours ago. Gonna get back on his phantom ghost horse thingy.
It's a warg, right?
Yeah. And head back to the orcs. Now, if you intend to head straight there right now, when you get back there, you are going to be quite exhausted. Is that an intention, or do you want to rest along the way?
No, I mean, to be honest, like, it's better for a show for me to look, like, in front of the orcs, to look exhausted, to look weary, like, I went back, they know I went back, and to come back so quickly and to look like I've pushed myself, it's not a bad thing.
Understood. You want to be dirty.
Yeah.
So, make me a constitution save, please, Marcus.
Sure.
Gracias, senor.
Con save. 10.
So with your failed con save, you're actually going to come back with, and this is because of like all the right here and this and that and the other thing, blah, 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 blah. You're actually going to get back there with 2 points of exhaustion, in case you got that. Like, 1 you were going to get anyways, 2 you definitely got. And it takes a day to get rid of those, unless you can cast Lesser Restoration.
Which I can. I think it's always prepared.
Yeah. So I think that gets rid of, 1 step for you, and sleeping overnight will get rid of 1. So tomorrow you cast 1, then go to bed, you'll be fine. But when you arrive back there, you will be quite exhausted.
Okay.
Rye, you probably would be doing that as your primary focus of something to do. Would you even choose to, this night, try to meet up with your other companions, or are you just like busy with what you're working on and I'll see them when I see them?
I think Rye's intention is to like do this as a side project and then meet up with them. I think Rye wouldn't trust Thonk outside of her peripheral vision.
Okay.
Knowing what's going down.
Sure. So we're actually going to pull it back over to Rye walking into the typical bar where Otto does not have to perform tonight. He's gone through a lot. A performance is probably not a good thing. And he just put on a huge one the night beforehand. So Otto does not need to perform tonight. Rye could easily find him inside of a bar. His name is whispered everywhere. And you would see them sitting there drinking. Thonk not with them. You guys would notice, unless she's trying to be stealthy, Rye approaching.
Mm-hmm.
So you so 3 rots walk into a bar.
Three rots.
3 rots. 3 rots.
3 rots. So Sam, you go walking in.
Yeah. I just pulls up a seat next to Grauman and Otto and smiles.
Otto just raises his glass. How you been?
Good.
Doing anything fun?
Not a lot to do around here, really.
Well, I mean, I hear there's a pretty good local performer, but he's not on tonight.
You see Rye like gesture a finger, and you see like a bar wench like place a glass down and fill it, and she's like, "That's a shame." Where's Thunk?
Yeah, where is Thunk? I look to Grumman.
I think he go. Where did he go again?
Grumman would tell you, but luckily he's dumb as rocks.
out of character, the name of the place again. Sorry.
No. He went to go meet up with the orcs
In
Their camp.
outside of town.
Yeah, wherever they are.
oh, it's just
Yeah,
the camp. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
yeah.
He's not heading all the way back to their city.
Okay, cool. Oh, he's going to meet the orcs.
Huh.
I just take a sip.
That's what Rye says. She takes a sip.
That's our,
Yeah.
that's our whole.
Just like it's more of like a quizzical, like, like it's fishy, and then she kind of like, just sits there in silence, like awkward silence.
Yeah, that's the crux of this is. Yeah.
The tension in the party right now is like, oh man, you need a katana blade to cut through it.
Yeah.
So no, you all right. So you guys kind of, I imagine that's pretty much the way your evening goes.
I think there's like a moment where like there's a long silence and everyone's kind of sipping, and then Rye just bluntly says like, what time did he plan to try and kill everyone?
I don't know. Gets kind of a weird look on his face. At night, I think. Look, I have to see this. I have to.
But he also say he saved innocent people, kinda.
Yeah. He's got a plan. Otto, like, he's trying to convince himself while at the same time convincing Rye.
It's just like silently nodding.
And you know, it's no good people will die. Only, and then he was gonna say only orcs. He looks over at Grumman. Only.
Rye picks up on this too, and she stands up and like puts her hand on your shoulder. She's like, "You keep telling yourself that, buddy." And then she like heads off to like grab some food at the counter or something. Like leaves Otto to himself.
He's just got his mouth slightly open, just like.
Grumman is like waiting intensely to hear what the end of the sentence is, and he's like, he's waiting.
Otto just takes a sip.
A big sip.
Just a big
The biggest sip of the night.
And then fade to black.
Yeah,
Awkward
is
dinner for the
Grumman
rest
still
of the night.
waiting? Like,
What just happened?
all right, so we're gonna cut over to Thunk arriving at the camp. This is again very early in the morning because of like how hard you rode and how fast you went and blah blah blah. So you get over there and you arrive and you're exhausted. Once again, the guard has seriously increased over in that area. But when you get there, not everybody is inside of the cave. As a matter of fact, you can see that many of the items for the cave or whatever are placed outside of it, and they're lined up in ways that look like they're kind of ready to be picked up and carried away. So some of the items are designed to be carried as like packs, like almost like a backpack, which is not typically the way that orcs carry things. Some of it is like huge, like so 2 long poles that would have like almost like a curtain or some sort of like large cloth that wraps around a whole bunch of objects to be carried. You can imagine the orcs would throw these on their shoulders and bring large amounts of stuff with them where they're going. Again, you're an orc. You were actually raised in the tribal upbringing, even if you don't seem to have that, or semi-tribal upbringing, even if you don't seem to have that persona that people notice. And this is unusual. Like, these look like soldiers preparing for war. It is not quite as neat as, say, like the King's Guard of, Cormier or something, but they're still like soldiers preparing for war. It's unusual.
I assume it, like, in my head, I could put together, like, this is maybe the way Dark Arrow Keep operates. Like, Dark Arrow Keep works.
And you've seen this, like, consistently every time you come back here. There's something about them, the way that they plan traps, the way that they do this, that, and the other thing. They seem to be more prepared consistently. And this is just another point to it. It's like, oh, if we're going to have to move out for battle, let's make sure that we can just get up and walk. No questions. Okay. So when you make your way into the camp, because nobody really bothers you, beyond giving you like a nod or whatever as you go walking through, you're known there. Some people are tossing like curious or I wouldn't say concerned, curious or like anticipate like excited glances at you as you're kind of like coming back so quickly and somewhat exhausted, like so they notice as you go walking in there. So you notice as you go walking into the cave that the cave seems pretty much stripped down of almost like the tents that they had set up in there, the beds they had set up in there. There are people sleeping on the bare ground, you know what I mean, with their belongings not in a mess next to them, but like neatly packed and everything set next to them. So they're ready to go at any point in time. However, the very back of the cave, without his tent even slightest bit touched, broken down, moved, or in any way changed, is Prince's tent. And it's right there in that room where it pretty much takes up the entire room. It's more or less just flaps thrown on the side of a cave wall. And when you go to speak with him, he is inside there having a conversation with two other orcs. You are allowed in from the guard that's outside of it right away. He's having a conversation with two other orcs. Those are orcs that are talking to him about like what their plans are, who should be leading up what squad or group or whatever it is based off of recent activities and whatnot that they've done. More or less like a status report of the soldiers since they've arrived, have been here for many months, and who should be in what positions as they move forward. Okay. So it's kind of again, a strange conversation, but like the positions that they have titles for are still very orcish. The way that they talk about going and killing, still very orcish. All that stuff, it's structured. So anyways, you go walking in as the conversation's kind of finishing up, maybe another like 15-20 minutes of you sitting there and listening to the details. Nothing really stands out at you. I mean, you can make me an intelligence check really quickly.
Sure. Oh, I hit intelligence save. My bad. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter. It's plus one.
Okay, fine. Yep. So with your 18, I mean, you're listening to the plan, and one of the things that you noticed is that all of the people that you made a connection with before, the orcs that were involved in the combat, and all the ones that you've been like really working on, just by sheer coincidence, maybe, none of them have positions of authority. They all seem to be in lower positions down. That's something that you happen to note while you're in there listening to names being said and who's doing what and all of that. Okay. Do you interject in any way whatsoever? Do you wait for the meetings to conclude
I wait.
And then speak to Prince?
Yep, I'll wait.
When they leave and they go to leave, and this actually might slightly catch you off guard, maybe it doesn't, but when they go to leave, they turn and they give their usual farewell to Prince. It's a very respectful farewell to him. Then they turn and they give you one almost of equal quality.
Okay.
Before you leave. And this, of course, you can you realize immediately after it happens with your high wisdom that it has to do with the fact that you were named almost like the shaman or the religious leader of this group or this war band. So here you are in the tent alone with Prince.
Okay.
He looks to you after they leave the tent and says, "Do you think?"
Me think what?
That. You think good?
What the fuck is he talking about? What is he gesturing at? The orcs?
Like where they were just sitting, the conversation.
Oh, well, do I think those orcs are valuable?
The conversation.
The conversation about the attack?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, well, is there a map? He has a map, right? Like lying out?
He does, yes and no, but his map of the town is not very good. It's the map of the town, the surrounding areas. It's not very good. It's the best the scouts can come up with while trying to avoid being noticed at all.
Okay.
So you're looking at it and you're like, I am no cartographer. and I could probably do a better map.
Okay.
But theirs has details that you probably like of the town itself. But theirs has details around the town that you would know better. You don't know the scale of it very well.
Okay.
So, but go ahead.
Thonk will nod like, good, but we can do better. And I'll gesture to the map and I'll like pull up my dagger out to start marking it basically and scratching it up. Guards are on high alert. Many guards patrolling, and I'll mark like maybe some typical patrol routes and whatnot. But here, and I'll like jam the dagger in the area where I believe like the vein is, the kill box is. They wait. They have gold there. Safe, protected.
Wait. Gold?
Yes.
The gold I was here to find?
Yes.
They have.
Secret have. They hide from everybody.
How many?
How many guards? Is that what he's asking? God. How many were there? Did they plan on having there? Did the captain of the guard say?
There were 3 before, not including the captain, and then 12 just joined, so 15
Okay.
total.
3.
3 guards?
Easy to take.
Yes, but... Yes, easy to take. He seeming like reaffirming himself for a moment. Easy to take. Easy to defend. They no cave.
Once in hours, yes. But be prepared. Once we have it, they'll fight to take it back. Town keeping it from them for themselves, hiding it from everybody.
We take. Good plan. We take. They have only 3. Easy. Take. But what if things wrong? Something tell me things wrong.
Then you kill. Simple.
Yes. Kill if need be. I go and we take, but we no kill guards. We take guards prisoner.
And you think they're...
I heard word from Scout. Decree.
Big word for this man.
Decree. Guard no have gold. Not allowed. Breaking laws. So we take because maybe they break laws, but not town. We take, and when town come, we give guard, but guard not guard, guard prisoner of ours than prisoner of theirs, because guard thief from town and people, but gold ours, as is rules.
But town know of gold.
Guards know of gold. 3 guards. Does whole town?
Does he think only 3 guards know of this place?
That's what it seems to be that he's
No.
he's gathered.
I don't, no. You understand. Guards there to protect gold for town. Town know of gold. Keep
Decree.
it...
Decree means law. Law means do or die. Yes? If you do not do as Obold says, Obold is Grumsh, Grumsh is Obold, then you get fury of God.
Town...
And you die.
Town humans. Humans weak. They no kill.
Wait.
Town corrupt.
Break law, no death?
Correct. Humans weak, soft on inside. Good slaves, bad guards.
They break laws, they no get killed.
Thonk nods.
He's just like perplexed by this. Like the rest of what you said was probably lost in him. And then after a while, like hawks up like a really big loogie and spits on the ground. And just kind of like stands there for an extra couple of seconds, like staring at it. And he's just like, filth.
Thonk does his best spit as well.
It's one of those ones where like still stuck to his lips.
Like runs down his lip.
Filth.
Filth.
You worship Grumsh. Grummish want blood. Take what yours.
Yes. But Obold say other way. And Obold is Grumsh. Grumsh is Obold. Until you come. Until you come. And then his word change. Yes, we go. We do. And then we question guard. Guard know. Guard know if town know. Guard know if lies or and we make them tell truth. We have ways.
This guy is stupidly overly diplomatic for a fucking orc, and I hate it. Fucking prince. Prepare for fight. Don't go in soft.
And you prepare Grumshword. First, you ask, and if they don't tell you truth, then we ask, and they will wail it.
I wish you luck.
You ride?
With you.
You ride or you march?
I ride.
Good. And so he like kind of gives you like a dismiss. But like I said last time you left him to go to the town, the way that you had said like your bye to him to head towards the town, he had given you like a goodbye or a farewell that was different than all the times before. Before you were always respected, but now you technically have a position here.
Gotcha.
So his goodbye to you, you are still clearly a subordinate of his, no question. But you are seen as a very respected person for even more reasons.
Gotcha.
So with that being said, you guys doing your
Talking to him was
preparations.
difficult. I think I walked away with that like a 60% understanding of what he wanted.
Yeah, I love it. It's good. He's a low intelligence diplomat. It's great. It's because he genuinely cares. So with that being said, with Thonk getting one night's sleep before having to get back on a horse and start heading back towards town, the others in an awkward state of whatever that was. Why don't we take our first break?
Okay.
And
Sounds
we'll
good.
Damn, already?
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Don't go anywhere.
All right.
All right, and we're back with hour 2. Let's continue. Let's go, Scott.
Well, keeping it on Thunk, after that night's rest, the next day, Thunk gets up early. Yes, we've established this over 30 sessions that Thunk gets up early. Has Thunk ever gotten up late once ever?
I mean, no, but
I don't think he's been the
maybe?
last one awake ever, and I mean ever. Even like injuries.
well, there's a first time for everything. I have a feeling.
No, there was that one time, right, when he got really sick. No, never mind. That was Rye.
That was right. So that being said, the only reason why Thonk woke was because his perception is so incredibly high that he noticed pretty much all the orcs were making their way out of camp. They all had left so early. Thonk was kind of scrambling to get up, like, oh shit, we're going now? And the sun is long from rising. Sorry, because they'd be moving predominantly at night. The sun is long from setting. They're actually moving during daylight hours. Usually an orcish group would want to move from the cover at night, but they seem to be more than happy to move during daylight hours, which caught Thunk off guard. And so he's kind of like, oh, okay, up now, let's go, let's move. I'll eat as I walk, and or ride, and gets his stuff ready and gets on the horse to start riding. Because as we were saying before, all those scenes that we just described during that first hour were taking place throughout like an afternoon and evening.
Mm-hmm.
And Thonk had arrived there like very, very early morning, had arrived here. This is the next evening, flashing forward, that he's getting back on his steed or whatever it is that he's riding and heading back towards the town. But not directly to the town, to the actual mine or cave or cavern or whatever you want to call it itself, where the vein of gold is and 3 guards are protecting it. So that's what you're doing, and you're making your way there. By the time you actually start to get close, so as you guys are making your way there are in fact guard scouts, ones that would notice you on the way. You did a pretty good job of informing them where these scouts are.
Mm-hmm.
And so to the best of what everyone can tell, these scouts did not notice you guys, trying to avoid them as best as possible. Do me a favor, Thunk. Could you roll for me perception with advantage, actually?
Perception with advantage. Got it.
Yes, which is insane.
25.
One of the guards did notice the orcs marching. Noticed it off to the side. Only Thonk noticed it. And literally, the DC was 25. It was meant to be. You most likely wouldn't notice it. It was way off to the side. A guard had noticed it. One that is imperceivable to probably anybody else that you know.
How was it? Just one, like a pack of guards, or one single guard?
It was most likely one individual scout, and he's a good distance away. And you would only notice that he saw you because you saw a glint of light off to the side. And looking in that direction, clearly there was no glint, nothing else over there that could have glinted light other than maybe a bit of metal from armor or a buckle or something like that. So you notice this, but you don't actually see the guard itself. You know that that's where a scout area is.
Okay.
So,
I'm assuming I'm relatively near Prince then when I ride.
You are. Do you intend to inform him? Do you intend to keep this under your hat?
Fuck. I don't know. If we let it go, he'll go back and let them know. If we don't, we could probably capture him. And the guards would not know we're coming.
Roll me a wisdom save.
Sure. 20. Oh, that's with advantage. Whoops, sorry. Hang on, I'll reroll. 12.
I'm not going to give you any insight.
Okay. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Okay. So you keep your mouth shut. This seemingly one guard has noticed the group and was able to get away. But you guys were able to avoid all of the other guards and make your way towards the mine, the cave, the whatever it is. Cutting back to the others, because you're riding into the night and you arrive there after the sun as long as it's fallen. You're not magically transporting yourself anymore. The other 3, what were you guys doing morning, afternoon, and early evening? Or evening? Was Rye going about the same business?
What do you mean?
Warning
The day before?
this day right now, same business as the day before. Yes.
I think no. I think she's brooding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brooding like in the room, or brooding like kicking a can down the road, or
Like kicking a can down the road.
okay. It's kind of like has that "don't fuck with me, stay away from me" kind of face.
More like it's more of like a, I guess like a personality crisis.
Mhm.
Like she's wondering how she ended up in this group in this town, this far away from home, and like didn't gauge how skewed their morality were until this point.
Gotcha.
And it's like awkward for her because she considers them friends, but like, should she?
Gotcha. Yep.
So
Okay.
it's like it's more that one of those like, yeah.
Cool. Thank you. What are Otto and Grommen doing? I asked together because they usually are.
Mm.
Grommen, I want to do
Oh, yeah.
something before Otto wakes up.
Okay.
Okay.
I have an immediate idea of what this might be, but I'm gonna let you do it.
Zip.
I was gonna say it's pantsless time.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to know what you think
It's
your immediate
business.
thinking is.
It's
So-
business time.
Grommen is gonna try to gets up way earlier than he normally does, like super early, and he wants to go back to the whatever her name store. God, I can't remember her name now.
God, I'm so bad at keeping that stuff. I should start writing those down. Annabella.
The big store.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The general store. It was beginning with an L. It began with an
Umbrella.
L.
Oh, Llewellyn's.
Llewellyn. I knew it began with
Sorry,
an L.
it took me a while. I was
Llewellyn's.
like, God, what's the name of it? And he wants to go buy that umbrella that what's his name was showing him.
Oh yes.
Carl was showing him the
Shao
umbrella.
umbrella. Yeah.
Yeah, the Shao umbrella.
Gotcha. Okay. It has like a nice fancy design.
Yeah,
on it and
he wants
stuff
to
like
get that and then get back before Otto wakes up.
Has some kanji. I mean, Shao characters on there. Yeah. So you go and you get that, and you bring it to who?
How much? Yeah, how much is it?
Oh, 2 gold.
Oh, that's nothing. Okay. I'll remove it and add it. Okay, cool. Yeah, and he brings it back to his room.
Okay. So
Grommen's
you-
actually gonna add it to his. He got like a case for it and put it. He just has it like on his side.
This is Otto's.
No, Grommen.
My apologies. Grommen's purchasing this and giving it to who?
He's holding on to it for himself right now.
Oh, for himself. Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were saying that you were purchasing it for somebody. I totally misunderstood you. Okay, moving on.
He was
Grommen out and bought
originally
this
saying
fun
he was
umbrella. And
he
like,
was
put it back.
he was purchasing it for someone when he was talking to Carl, but he hasn't given it to anybody. Right now, he has it.
Wait a second. You keep a full-sized adult and an umbrella, and you're Mary Poppins. You are Mary Poppins. That's it. Grommen is Mary
Mhm.
Poppins. Okay. Cool. Otto, you wake up.
Today is a day that Otto would rather not experience, if at all possible. So today is going to begin with drinking.
Is that how your night ended?
Yeah, I come to think of it. Yeah, let's go ahead and keep that cycle going.
I have to ask, would Otto have had any form of, while drunk, forethought that this might be how his day was going to go, and had actually put on his bedside a flask or some sort of beverage? Or is this one of those wakes up,
I mean,
realizes now?
Let's not give Otto the credit of having the forethought to have done so, but conveniently enough, there is a flask full of ale right next to him as he arises. So, you know, as luck would have it, drink.
Of course. It's like the last drink he brought it upstairs, stumbled up the stairs to go to bed. It was still mostly full. He took a big swig, but like verped back into it. It was like,
Oh
man.
God.
I'll use this tomorrow. And it just completely collapses on the bed.
Next morning, he takes that first sip and he's like, finishes it anyways.
Grommen walks back in the room, having just cleaned out the bucket that Otto had barfed in last night, and puts it next to the bed and sees Otto already drinking. And he's like, Otto, you know I like drink too, but
Damn.
you think you drink maybe too much.
Otto's still drinking. Well,
Probably roll me a perception check from this morning.
You don't have breakfast yet.
What?
I rolled an 8.
That's okay. Luckily, you did not notice that was a Verp mug. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, don't worry about it. I'm fine. I'm fine. Otto gets up and walks over to his things, starts to look for different clothes to put on from the rags he's still wearing from last night.
Grauman's just watching him like fumble. What you look for?
Trying to find my shirt.
Grauman finds one and like he's like hands it to him.
Thanks. I just go to
I
walk
think you
toward
put
the
it on backward.
Oh. I go to
Oh, also I think it inside out.
God damn it. It's it on it back on again. I'm leaving. Goes to the door.
Where are you going?
I don't know.
Don't say I have to watch you. You know safe. I see why.
Then come with me.
Where you go?
Don't worry about it. And he goes to open the door.
Okay. Grauman follows him, closes the door, locks it, and follows Otto.
I brought a drink with me. And,
I imagine you like fill up the flask downstairs before we go.
in the midst of my shellacking through the morning procedure. Yeah, so we go out on the road. I'm looking for Talik actually, so I'm gonna go ask around a few people like the townsfolk, a couple guards if I can see him, see where guard Captain Talik is.
Okay, so you are able to find Talik because people are always willing to help out Otto. However, you do get a couple of glances, stares, and whatnot at exactly how drunk you are. I mean, I imagine once you actually start your day and start like kind of getting into the swing of things and whatnot, not like that initial grogginess, it's not quite as obvious. And people don't know you as well as Grauman, so they might just think that you're kind of a Jack Sparrow-esque character anyways. Like, you know, that whole... So you do get a little bit of sideways glances, but nothing extreme. You are able to find out where Talik is, and he is in fact at the garrison. Like people are like, oh yeah, I saw him at the garrison. A lot of commotion over there lately, but yeah, he's there.
Come on, Grauman, we're going to the garrison.
What kind of commotion?
So a lot of guards moving around, and it seems like something's going to happen.
Oh, okay.
Autumn's already like started going toward the garrison.
Grauman goes to follow.
So you guys make your way there and find the garrison, no problem. And you go and speak. Go and ask around to speak to Talik. And once again, no problem in this town for you to get your go over to speak with him. And he's like, so when you go to speak with him, he's like, oh, yes, Otto, just give me a few moments to finish what it is that I'm taking care of, and I'll gladly meet with you, Grauman. And finishes up with the stuff he's doing. 15-20 minutes later, he makes his way over, and he's like, it's afternoon, men. How you doing?
Hey. Let's that hang for a second.
Hey.
Hi.
Listen, gentlemen, I am very, very busy. Is there something that you needed, or?
I need to.
He looks like Grauman, like what the what?
Yeah. I need to figure out what I'm doing. Talik? What am I doing? We got orcs fighting each other. We got all... This town is crazy.
Listen, he puts his hand on your shoulder and kind of like half turns you, like looks around, half turns you, and he like quiets his voice a bit. He's like, listen, not everybody knows what's going on. Not everybody knows what's about to happen. So if you could just keep the tone down a bit.
This is
And-
too much. It's too much. He walks away. I can't. What is
Grauman like
Doc
shrugs.
doing?
I don't have time for musicians' habits. Can you take care of this? I have much more important things to take
talking
care
to
of.
Grauman now. We've got to. I said, should we stop him? Grauman.
Grauman like is kind of like nods at Talik and then goes and runs over to Otto and he's like, and he actually is gonna like pick Otto up.
Mhm.
Because
Hey,
Otto's like struggling to
you
like.
know I don't like when you do that. Stop it. Just sort of
Otto, I think
lazily-
he needs sleep.
lazily shuffling around in his arms. I don't like this. Stop it. I don't like it. I'm like nodding off.
And as this happens, Grauman's like just holding Otto and he's like walking and he's like. And then I guess Grauman's gonna take him back to the inn and kind of put him back into bed and put the blanket over him.
That's good. That's
And
probably for the best.
he's gonna search for the flask, and Grauman's going to look at it. And he's just gonna chug it, and then he's gonna pour water into the flask and close the flask and put it back onto the table next to Otto. And then Grauman's gonna kind of smile to himself because he's like, "I got him," and he's gonna go out the door and lock it and go find Rye if he can.
Okay. So you more or less tuck Otto in. Otto, you're going to be able to wake up this evening because that was the morning-ish, afternoon. You're going to be able to wake up this evening more sober and able to make more decisions. But flashing over to Grauman and Rye, you are able to find Rye. Rye is not exactly hiding, but you know, she seems a bit downtrodden immediately when you see her. Rye, make me a perception check to see if you see Grauman coming. Grauman's big, so the DC's a 9. Unless he's trying to hide. Huh. Barely don't see her. That's funny. Grauman, you are able to get to Rye before she notices you. Like within X feet.
That's interesting.
Hmm.
That's not usual. Not usual.
She's kicking a can, dude. She's looking at the ground.
Yeah.
Grauman sees her and kind of like yells, "Rye,
She smiles and waves.
what are you doing?"
Nothing.
Otto, he drank too much.
She chuckles.
I don't think he's doing so well. Seem like he having problems.
Rye like sits down on a wall and she like pats next to her, motioning you to sit.
Grauman goes and like sits next to her on the wall.
And when you sit, she's like, "Can I ask you a question?"
This is a hilarious image, by the way. I don't know if you two are doing it in your head, but
Oh, I am.
sitting next to the half orc on the bridge is great.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Theater of the mind, baby.
I think you just asked me a question, but if you mean more question, I like answering question.
Are you okay with all these orcs dying?
Grauman thinks about it. Well, the best death for orc is die. I mean, if I die in battle, that good. I do good. At least I try. But I don't really understand why they fight.
Rye nods. Huh. Thanks.
Why you want to know?
I I guess. Justification?
What do you think about orc battle?
If you want to die in battle, it's fine by me. I just don't think those guards do.
Well, what did you say? The last bit?
She says she doesn't think the guards do. And she like looks at the ground.
Which gods you speak of? Seem like lots of people worship.
Guards, not gods.
Oh, guards.
Like him. She like points at a guard that's like walking.
Huh? Hi, Grommen.
Hi, Joe.
And thus Joe was born.
That's an accurate name that I would name a guard. Joe the Jovial.
Well, it seemed like guards. Well, you want to warn guards?
Maybe?
I like Joe, and I like Carl. They cool.
Well, they're gonna die if you don't do anything.
Ramon's like raises his hands up. He's like, I don't know what to do. This is not my battle.
You're right. She like hops off the wall.
Gromit gets up and he's like, I am?
Yeah. It's not your battle.
But sometimes I fight battles that are not my battle.
At this, like, Rai grins. She's like, now you're speaking my language.
And Grumman looks down and then he kind of puts his hand on his side and then he looks up at you and he's like, are you mad at me?
No.
Oh. Why you leave us for so long?
Because I'm bummed out.
Did you say bummed out?
6 months? Yeah. I'm gone for like 6 months and I come back. And it's just a grand scheme to kill everyone?
I didn't know about this. This is not my plan. I just find out now too. I thought, you know, we sing and we having fun and we make home. I confused.
I'm gonna fix this. She like pats you, but like because of the height difference, she just like hits you in the ass. It's like, I'll fix this.
Oh, you fixed this. How can I help you fix this?
She like looks at him and she's like, probably better if I do it alone.
What you going to do?
She taps her nose and then kind of like trudges off.
Wait. And then you're already gone before he can even say anything, before he gets to say the rest of it.
Yeah.
And Grumman kind of like looks down and he's just kind of confused. Both of his like friends that he hangs out with most of the time are going through like struggles, and Grumman himself is also, but he doesn't know how to explain it to people.
And it's all because of Thonk. Fuck Thonk.
All right, the thing I want to do.
You're not supposed to be like that, Sky. You're supposed to be neutral.
So yes, yes, yes. I am nonpartisan.
I don't know about the gold mine, do I, or do I?
No.
You don't know that. I think you. No, you don't even know it's part of the plan. You just know that there's like a kill. No, you don't even know about the kill box either. Do you?
Is Addo at the tavern?
Drunk and sleeping.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rai wants to head to the tavern. She kind of like walks away from
I like the idea that Grumman and Rai both leave each other and end up again at the same place.
No, because Rai doesn't want you to know what she's about to do. So she heads up in another direction, like nips in an alleyway, and then like kind of circles back around.
Don't forget, don't forget, because of your rogue ability or your orphan or whatever it is ability, you can get there way quicker than anybody else,
Yeah.
half the time.
Rai wants to go to Otto's room.
And you get there, you guys all share a room.
Okay, and she sneaks into the room quietly, like closes the door behind her,
No problem.
and wakes up Otto, drunk Otto. Otto! Otto!
No.
She like grabs the canteen, sniffs it, realizes it's water, and just pulls it on his face.
What?
Where are the orcs and the guards gonna fight?
They're gonna they're gonna make a kill box in the mine.
Where's the mine?
I don't know. Just turns around.
I love Otto, drunk Otto. This is the best thing ever.
Rai nods, and she gets up. And is there like a guard headquarters or something in the town?
Yeah, there's a barracks, and you already know who the leader of the barracks is because you saw that Thonk was having a conversation with him. You just couldn't make out what was being said because you were in the shadow of him.
Okay. Rai wants to head there.
Okay, you head to the barracks, no problem. Easily leaving the tavern long before Gromman gets there. You head to the barracks.
Okay. Is there any guards outside?
Yes, there is a decent amount of activity.
Okay, I
But they
wanna.
don't seem to be noticing you. I imagine your hood's up so nobody sees your horns.
I want to study one of the guards
Okay.
for a few minutes.
No problem. You do me a favor. Make me your disguise check. Isn't that what you're gonna do?
Okay. Is it deception?
Oh wait, yeah, because you just go. I look like the person, and I sound like
Yeah.
the person. So
Yeah, I can cast it whenever I want. Disguise person.
never mind. You look at the guard, and then you
Okay,
look
so
like the guard.
I study. There's a guard. His name is Maurice.
Maurice. Oh, I love
Yeah.
Maurice. He's a good guy.
I study
He makes good
him.
pasta.
She studies him for a few minutes, and then he leaves. He goes down the street.
Okay.
And Rai immediately uses cast disguise person herself, and she appears to be a slightly short version of Maurice. And
How
goes.
tall is Ryan normally? Sorry.
She's like 5'5".
No,
Maurice is a real short guard. He was like that's why she picked him out. He's like a short ass.
No. Well, I was gonna say because this spell allows you to up to a foot in difference. So
Okay,
you'd be up
cool.
to 6'5". You'd be
There
a
we
short
go.
Gromman, but a
All right.
tall dude, right?
All right, we're fine. We're like 6
Yep.
foot. And she goes into the guard office
Mhm.
and approaches the
Talik. Yep.
Malik.
You don't know his name though. Do me a favor because you probably would have tried to ask that. Maybe
I think she's just gonna start with. She's gonna say sir.
Sure. So just walk in and say, "Sir."
Sir.
Wait, did we get to hear Sam roleplay not as a woman?
Yeah, sir.
Oh wow. Oh. Turns around and he's like, Maurice, did you take care of it?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, I did. Yeah,
You got back here pretty quickly.
thank you. I actually have a favor to ask, sir.
You know I'm busy.
I want to help out in the mine.
What?
I want to help out in the mine.
I selected the ones that I selected because I know that they're the most likely to survive if this happens. I don't mean to insult you, Maurice, but you are not a damn good soldier. You're not a damn good fighter, is what he said. My apologies. You are not a damn good fighter. If I put you in there, what am I going to do? Tell your wife, tell your kids that I put you in this really shitty situation should you not come back?
I know, sir, but my friends are in there.
Yeah,
I want to
mine
contribute.
too. Which is why I'm going to be there. But it's pretty bad when somebody 20 years older than you can swing a sword better than you can. This is not a good spot for you.
Let me just guard it tonight. Any fighting, I'll dip out. If it means that someone else has get some rest and they can fight better, then I'm all for it.
Make me a persuasion check.
Okay.
As
I
Maurice.
also have to roll deception, right?
You do, but I mean, you're probably going to succeed with your fucking advantage.
A successful wisdom insight check contested by your charisma deception allows a listener to determine if the effect is faked.
Mm-hmm. Go right ahead.
What am I rolling?
First, your deception.
Okay. 14.
You actually literally beat me by 1. I got a 13. So you deceived me.
Nice. And then what am I rolling? Persuasion?
Yep.
Just normal, right?
Correct. Oh, no. Advantage, because you're doing it as... Oh... Yeah, you do... You're doing it as Maurice, so it is supposed to be advantage. That is the feat, so...
Right.
Oh, it's a huge difference. The difference is the number that you ignored. Oh my god, that's crazy. Okay, so yeah. So you sit there and you make the conversation just like, well, with the plan we have set, hopefully there won't be much fighting. I get it. I know. I understand what it was that Larry had done for you before. So, all right. Yes, you can come. I'm heading there in just a few hours' time. I intended to make the trek alone, but perhaps company on the road wouldn't be bad.
All right, sir.
Just finish doing what it is you're taking care of. Go listen to your orders. Be here before sunset. Meet me actually. I told everybody else no, so meet me here at the south gate before sunset.
Yes, sir. I'll see you then.
And Maurice walks away.
Mm-hmm.
Where does Rye go?
Rye follows the real Maurice.
Sure. So kind of like getting out of there and trying to like run after which way the real Maurice went. You're gonna have to find where they went. Do me a favor, make me a persuasion check to find investigation if you don't care. Persuasion with a higher DC is what it's gonna be. If you don't want people to know that you're asking. I suppose it doesn't matter. You can just look like somebody else. Investigation. Yeah. God damn it.
All right.
Garbage. So you try to find out where Maurice is, and you ask around for a while, and it's coming up fruitless.
Right, she decides to just hope he doesn't, like, obviously he's not going to show up. He's probably going to bed. So, yeah,
Okay.
she leaves it.
Okay.
And then she heads to the south gate and just like sets up, just like sits on a rooftop and watches.
For a couple of hours. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So let's go back to Grommen and Otto. Eventually, Otto is going to wake up, or Grommen's going to wake up Otto. This is now hours later. We're talking around, just around when Thonk is getting to the mine, shortly before Rye is meeting with the Talik and whatnot. So, go ahead. Otto, either you wake up or Grommen wakes you up. You guys can decide which way.
All right, I'll come to from my groggy stupor.
So as you come to, Grommen, are you in the room waiting with him because you're concerned? You downstairs?
I was gonna do something completely different.
Please don't let me tell you what you have to do.
Okay, so I'm assuming when Grommen gets there, Otto's probably not awake initially because it hasn't been that long.
Wet pillow from all the drool.
So Grommen actually just closes the door and goes back down, and he like sits down. He has like a beer and thinks about what the conversation that he had with Rye, and he starts thinking. He thinks about the guards again that he's become friends with and stuff like that. And he's trying to remember where Carl is tonight, and he's gonna go try to meet up with him.
Okay. So you go try to meet up with Carl. Carl is not around. You can't find Carl. You're welcome to roll an investigation check if you really want to look for him.
Sure. Or like ask around or whatever. Sure.
Where's Carl? Carl!
Grommen's like asking around, but none of the guards seem to know. They're like, Carl who? And then Grommen sits there and he can't remember Carl's last name. And so without Grommen heads back, and now he's probably gonna meet up with Otto.
Okay. Otto, you would have come to at some point, please.
Hey, Hey, Gromit. I had a weird dream.
What you dream of?
I came by. I was,
Oh?
yeah, I was talking to her about
Are
the.
you sure that not dream?
No, I was a dream. Yeah, I was out cold. We were
What'd
talking
you
about
talk
the
to
plan.
her?
Yeah, Thunk's plan. Anyway, what's up?
What were you talking to her about the plan for?
Oh, she wanted to know where the kill box was. You know, weird dream stuff. Let's go talk to Thunk.
You know where Thonk is?
Oh right, no, he's gone. I'm still coming to a bit. Need a drink. He starts looking around for his flask. Grabs it.
Grumman's like holding his breath.
Water.
Grumman's laughing and he like, yeah, you.
I just toss it to the side and I go out the door to go downstairs to the bar. So
Grumman is not as pleased with himself as he thought he'd be. He's hoping he'd get more reaction out of you. And then he closes the door, locks the door, and follows you down the stairs.
I want to head up to the barkeep and just, order a drink.
Barkeep will
like,
never tell you no.
yeah. I don't know if there's much Otto wants to do besides just kill time till the battle arrives, and once that time comes, I'll be looking for my vantage point. But like Otto is kind of actively seeking ways to make time go faster and not have to be in the moment, so that's
Two things. One, the battle's not going to happen in town necessarily. It's going to happen over in the mine. So
right.
You need to go there.
Mhm.
And two, you found the best way to kill time, which is sleep. And now it's already evening, so the time is now.
Okay. So
While you're ordering your beer or whatever you're ordering, Grumman behind you is going like this to the barkeeper.
The barkeep just pours the drink that Otto ordered, trying to avert eyes to not see Grumman, ignoring him.
I take the drink, I down about half of it, and then
Grumman wants to make an intimidating look at the barkeep.
He spills some on the bar as he quickly tries to tip it back up from stopping. So he's more than half full, and some spills in the bar. And he's gosh, and corks the bottle back up, puts it aside, just cleaning it up while handing it over to Otto, only maybe 3/4 full. Like you said, you drank about half of what's in there.
Clumsy. I turn to Grumman. Well, time to go, I guess. Shall we?
I think that's a good idea. Let's go.
Off we go then! Otto kind of announces to the whole bar as he gets down off the stool and makes way to the door.
Okay. And so you guys make your way out. I mean, you know exactly how to get to the mine. You've been there before. Here he comes, Rye, trotting down the path. And I imagine Rye, seeing him coming, gets into her disguise.
Yeah.
Very easily.
Maurice emerges from behind a nearby building.
Mm-hmm. So he looks around looking for Maurice, and you kind of vampire and
Yeah.
I am Maurice. And he's like, oh, Maurice, there you are. Are you sure about this? It's not too late to turn back. It's not cowardice. You have a family.
I'm sure, sir. I want to do my part.
You're a good man, Maurice. All right, let's head out of here. And so he goes to walk with you to the just outside the city, the town. My apologies. Just outside the town. Where outside the town, he has another guard comes over and hands to him a couple of items that he didn't have on him at the moment. So one of them is like a sword that he adds to his belt. Another one's, you know, an axe that he attaches to his back and whatnot. There's more weapons than you have ever that. Well, you're not Maurice, but that most of the guards would ever have seen on this person. And after he's going about that, you see that all of a sudden that guard, as like Talik is putting these things on, all of a sudden he comes over to you and he starts handing you a couple of weapons too.
Okay.
So the guard comes over and starts handing you a couple of weapons for you to strap to your own belts and stuff like that.
It's like a pike.
You can,
like a pike.
Yeah, well, a pike you're going to be walking down the road with, and then like an extra sword to strap to your side. You already have a sword, but like, you know, you have Maurice's sword, right? But like this sword is like a nice sword. Like it's clearly like Talik is giving you decent equipment to go there. And then they also pull out a great sword great sword for you to strap to your back. But it's kind of difficult to strap something like that to your back while you're wearing your armor. So then they go around to try to strap it onto your back for you.
Maurice stops them.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right. Let me hold it. I want to get used to it.
What about you don't want to like it's actually strapped across your chest?
No.
Okay. And he hands it to you. So you get like a pike in one hand, you get like a sheathed greatsword in the other, which are heavy for poor little Rye. But you're holding them there. And he, you know, kind of, you know, good luck out there. And he goes to hold out his hands to shake yours, but both your hands are full. And so after like an awkward moment, and then
Maurice nods.
Yeah, and kind of backs off.
Cheers, fella.
For those that don't know, with disguise self on, had this person made contact with Rye, they would have been able to instantly see through the illusion and know that it wasn't Maurice, but in fact a scrawny little tiefling wearing an illusion. So, moving on, you guys start making your way out the gate ins down there, but not before, like as that little exchange finishes, not before you guys happen to come across two others walking out of the gate as well, heading out in that direction. Walking immediately past you, not really noticing you at first because it's darker and everything, but then you notice them and they notice you. Guys, that's Maurice and Talik heading out the south gate. Same as you guys. Rye, you see your companions walking down the road, and as you look over and notice them, probably a look of surprise in your face, they look at you with a look of surprise in their face. Go.
How far away are they?
8 feet, 10 feet.
It's dark, right?
Yeah. But I mean, you and Grommen have good vision in the dark. Otto and this guy don't.
Wait, is Otto with Maurice?
Otto is with Grommen, who was just walking past you and Talik.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Maurice showed up, like the Maurice, and I was like, oh shit.
My apologies. They saw Maurice and Talik, which is you.
Brian says nothing. Keeps walking.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys say as you see the two of them seemingly walking in the same direction?
I don't look at Talik because I've got a vague memory of an unfortunate interaction with him recently.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we just walk on by.
Right? He will actually say to you guys, be like, strange meeting here.
We came to see.
Otto, have you not bathed today, or is that a fresh layer of ale on your breath?
I don't tend to let the ale go stale, my friend.
I've noticed.
Grumman kind of like goes like this and says it quietly, but everyone can hear him. He's like, a little bit of both.
I just nod. Where would you say might provide me a good vantage point, Talik?
A good vantage point for you, perhaps your chambers. You might be able to survive it, though I do know the value of an autograph can increase with the death of a young poet.
Otto just nods and walks away.
Otto. Grumman says to you as you're walking away.
I just stop.
You say you want to see. Why not go with
Go with who?
them?
To
With
battle.
me, Otto, you'd have to come with me. I won't stop you. You are integral to Thonk's plan.
I have no place on the battlefield.
You helped to put it together. Would you not want to see the work come to its fruition? He says he was never this snippy with you before. He was always kind and in awe, but you can clearly tell his patience has run thin with the recent happenings. The fact that battle is like immediately before him, and you're drunk.
He say he no place on battlefield, but I see him in battle. He good.
Otto is in just a flux of emotion and kind of just becomes overwhelmed by the moment and says, "You know what? Fuck it. Throw me in the fire. Let's go. Let me see this from the best perspective possible. Let me watch the life leave their eyes."
He looks over at Maurice and says, "And how many times have you drank with them?" As you say.
Maurice. And
A lot.
there's been a time. I don't remember it. Probably too much.
Otto just is continuing. He's sort of walking away from them now at this point. "I will watch as thousands are slaughtered, and I will tell their tales for eons." He just goes on and on and on.
Thousands.
He's literally looking at Grommen like, what is going on? This is Pollock, like, what is going on here?
Grumman's
And
also like,
as he's kind of going on and on and on, at one point in time where like Otto is kind of like being just like very like big motions or exasperated or whatever, Talek just stops listening. He stopped listening a while ago, but just stops caring to be polite anymore. And then he just kind of looks over to Maurice and gives a nod, and the two of you start walking away from him while he's still in the middle of explaining.
Grumman
whatever
kind
he's
of
explaining.
goes and like swoops him and kind of like motions Otto the right direction. So he's walking and like being ridiculous while he's going.
The only
And
way
as
to-
we're walking, Grumman's like, "You maybe want to,
Oh,
not be
but
so loud."
Brahmin, don't you get it? The only way to be a true artist is to see it for yourself. You gotta be right there. You gotta see the action right in front of your face.
See action if enemies see you first, or hear you first because you're so loud.
Well,
Smell you first.
fair point. The art of discretion is not lost on you, Graham.
Grumman doesn't know what that means, but he's like, yeah, not lost on me. And then they start walking and following Maurice and Talek.
Did you guys try to stay close to Maurice and Talek, or did you try to hang back a bit
I think we're walking with them.
with them?
Yeah.
When Grommen has that exchange, the tail end of the exchange with Otto, does Maurice chuckle or anything at the whole? Clearly, Grommen didn't understand what he said, but just went along with it. Or is Maurice too much in the moments to find things funny?
I don't know if Sam's used to being called Maurice yet.
Yeah. Well,
I was kind of like, what? So you heard Grommen's exchange with Otto, the whole the art of discretion lost, and saying with Grommen's like yeah, discretion not lost on me, no, like clearly not understanding what Otto was saying. Would Rye find that funny, or would she just she's too serious?
she's like dead set on her objective right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So there's white noise in the background right now.
Yeah, it's like she's deliberately like ignoring them.
Understood. You guys are heading your way towards the cave, but ahead of you, gets to the cave sometime ahead of you, a couple hours maybe, who knows, Thunk is already there. You guys are able to find the cave with the greatest of ease because you can guide them there. My question is this, Thunk. Did you tell them exactly where the entrance is, or did you point them in the direction of them find it?
I'd give them as much information as I possibly could, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give them, I'm pretty specific.
Okay. So they're easily able to find the mouth of the cave. It is very, very easy for them to do. Give me a moment, and I will show you the mouth of the cave. So, not that it's super important as of right now, but so grab all for you. Oh, no, not that busted. I don't care about that busted. There we go. And push you guys right here. So you're able to find the mouth of the cave with relative ease. The question is, did you no, my apologies. What the hell was I about to say to you? What the hell was I supposed to say to you? I can't even remember now.
You about to say it's time for a break?
Yeah, I was about to say that in a second, but so when you get there, oh, that's right. I remember what I was saying. Sorry, I remember what I was saying. So when you get to the cave and you show them the mouth of the cave, which you can find very easily, immediately inside the cave, what you do see is 2 guards are inside there all about. And the orcs that go in there, it's only 6 orcs that go in at first. Not everybody else needs to go. Only 6 orcs go in at first. And they very quickly rush forward and find those 2 guards. And they beat the shit out of them and knock them out and chain them up. Because there is no, it's not necessary for those guards to be killed as of right now in accordance to the rules of Prince. Are they injured? Certainly. Yeah, injured. Cuts and bleeding, or like maybe even a broken hand or something, but not dead, and certainly not life-threatening at the moment. It takes them a while of searching around, but eventually they find the third guard. He was outside of the cave. He had noticed you guys coming and tried to like skulk away, but luckily one of the your own scouts, your own people that are like set on post, was able to notice him, and they had to stop him with an arrow. And they got the guy. This one is very wounded, and if it isn't properly treated, will die. To which the prince does go to you and throws him down in front of you and gestures to him with the arrow like through his chest. And the guy's like, he's like, fix that.
And then that's I look down, I do that little like chuckle, and I get to work. We'll see what I end up doing after the break. All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. You're clear.